Greetings, Tecmo fans. Welcome to another GBLAN tournament game between QBLions and Purplehaze. Today, QBLions is using the Philadelphia Eagles, and Purplehaze has the New York Giants. So here we go, right into the action. Purplehaze is the number one seed in his group. And we'll see how he does today, if he can justify that ranking. Kicking off, Keith Jackson will be the returner, and one of the slow points with, or one of the down points with the Eagles is their return game. It's very, very mediocre, but they have the ultimate weapon in QBEagles. It goes with pass 3 pro set, running around, 56 maximum speed, 6 yards on first down. And with a poor offensive line, you're likely to see a lot of Lawrence Taylor chasing down and other players, drones chasing down QBEagles as the receivers go down the field. So the matchup to watch here is to see, can QBEagles dodge the drones and get first downs, and then can he find open receivers down the field for big gains. The running game is essentially non-existent from them. Goes to the run 3 here and gets just enough to get Byers into a first down position here. Typically, most times I'll see in a matchup like this where Byers is actually used as a receiver, as he has very, very good hands. A great run here by QBEagles. Can't quite get away from the pack. Had an opportunity for more yards there, but great play there by QBLions. We have a pass forward. This one is called. Can he get away from a called play? No. So with such a poor running attack, you're looking at really 5 plays usable most of the time, and that leads to more called plays, typically speaking. I do like that QBLions is calling run here to try to keep him honest. And it looks like he does have the tap advantage, but not much doing on that play. Single back formation, Taylor again. We have pass 1 called. This time he's throwing it up to his stud. Jackson with the diving grab. First down, QBLions. Out near the 20, we're in the red zone here at the 16-yard line. Back to run 3. And it looks like Purplehaze is content to give him run 3 most of the game. Byers doesn't seem to be doing much damage from that place. Run 1 this time. Drummond has an alley. Is stopped just at the 1. First and goal. Pro set formation. Anticipate a passing play here. And QBEagles beats Taylor to the edge. Touchdown, QBLions. So, very solid first drive by QBLions. And one of the advantages that you'll see in the special teams game, Lawrence Taylor many times will initiate a block animation on an extra point. He's that fast. You got to roll fast on your taps, and sometimes with online Tecmo, your taps don't always pick up initially. So lucky that no animation kicked in there, because that can be a real game changer to lose a point in a possession type game. We have single back formation. Eric Allen is being used with a called play. The advantage here with the Giants is a more balanced attack. Sims is not great, but he's good enough, and against this secondary, should be able to move the ball through the air. Going down to Stephen Baker. Nice job by QBLions. Defender in the area. I think Purplehaze might have been a little greedy on that play. He definitely had the sure thing underneath. And now we have Anderson on run 3, who is caught by a drone. Looks like Sims is in good condition. Bavaro is in bad. Howard Cross isn't good hitting power. You may decide to put him in that place. Fourth down and 8 at this stage of the game. I think this is the right decision here. And that not throwing to wide receiver 1 there on pass 4 may come back to haunt him later on. So Jackson gets out of bounds just barely. Again, their punt return game is just terrible. So best to put the ball into the ultimate weapon's hands and see what you can do. So we have a dive play called here. Surprisingly good running here by QBLions considering the matchup. Little help from the condition gods there. Tony's in a good condition, so going to see some maneuvering here. It would be nice to see. I don't know why QBLions has taken Byers out of the game. Really, one of the top 2 offensive players as far as receivers are concerned, and he has him off the field. I know he's a little bit slower, but his hands are great. Even at tight end would be a great an option. So we see a 3rd down and 4 coming here, offset. And this time the taps are tied, and Taylor will run that down every time. Typically you want to see plays that run at Lawrence Taylor, but this one goes away from him and he's able to chase it down from behind. So Otis Anderson on the return, not much doing there. Defenders are there right away, short of the 20-yard line here at the 18. Phil Simms takes over. We have a run 3 to Otis Anderson. 6 yards on first down. Got some drone help. The Eagles' defense is also very good. Really, where they really suffer is in their secondary. Despite Eric Allen, everyone else is pretty pedestrian, if that. So if Simms can get off some accurate throws, definitely can beat some guys downfield. This time going down across, ends up working out. Probably not the best option there as far as if you're concerned about coverage, but did have him beat, so nice play there. Goes underneath to Anderson. Can't tap to get away. May not have been able to get away anyway. But 2nd down and 3. We're knocking on the doorstep. We're in the red zone at the 10-yard line. And Simms cycling through the receivers but doesn't throw it. Keeps it on the ground, gets first down. So closing down the second half. I'm sure QBLions would like to get this ball back, but I think first off, you'd like to get a stop. And looks like he gets caught up. Anderson on run 2 takes it into the end zone. So Otis Anderson doing just enough on the ground there after that big completion to Howard Cross. And so the Giants answer. But a lot of time left on the clock there. Might be time for 1 or 2 heaves to the end zone by the time QBLions gets this ball back. And with this return game, he's going to want to get out of bounds as soon as he can here. All right, so pretty deep in his territory here. We'll see if he decides to run the ball at all to get closer. Haven't seen the run 4 with QB Eagles called just yet. Pass 2 here. And we see the grapple there. The blocker comes up but can't knock Lawrence Taylor off. And when you have the studs like Lawrence Taylor, you're likely to see that kind of thing. So this time, called play, he runs up immediately. 3rd and 17. This might be a situation where punting is more advisable. Does decide to go for, just one of those things where Taylor's coming in. Not a whole lot of positive can come out of this situation here. And it's falls incomplete, and here we go into halftime. So both teams have had some moderate defensive success, but at 7-7, we're starting to see the Giants' defense start to get in the head of QBLions a little bit, and now Purplehaze is up in a possession here. So we'll see if he can repeat the success of the last drive. The first one wasn't so good. Meggett and Good, it would be interesting if you see him swap Meggett into the primary ball carrier. Anderson as a tight end is a great option for those of you watching at home. Hitting power and then putting Cross in at even running back 2 would be a good option. Having Sims in as the run 4 or run 4, not so sure I'm a fan of that with this layout. You've got 2 really good running backs on this team, and being able to use 4 different plays to either one of those is something that would be leveraging the strength of this team a little bit better. Meggett is looking real fast right now. He's able to get in the clear this time, run 3, untouched so far. Great zigzag moves here. And Meggett's in for the first down. So, great run there by Purplehaze, getting more mileage out of his running game here. And we'll see if QBLions is going to have to start calling run. And again, in the clear, QBLions gets caught up and has another touchdown, courtesy of David Meggett. Purplehaze up 13-7. So right now, QBLions looking like a sieve in the run game. He's going to have to figure out a way to slow that game down. I know he's concerned about getting the top taken off of him by Baker, but this is looking to be an issue now with Meggett in good condition. He has no answer to get anywhere near the run carrier, the ball carrier there, sorry. So we've got looks like Tony's in good, Byers is in good, and again, this is something where I'd like to see Byers maybe at that wide receiver 2 position, or maybe even at wide receiver 1 and having Jackson down below at wide receiver 2. More blocking for QB Eagles is good. Second down and 5 coming up. Not much on first down there. Pass 3 is called. Good patience there by Purplehaze. Lawrence Taylor not getting too greedy. Keeps everything in front of him. Waits for drone help. This is a situation here where QB Eagles, I think, could have waited to throw that ball. He had only one defender after him after that initial maneuver, and with his speed should have been able to outmaneuver that defender and really just get out, run it for a first down at that point. There was another receiver open underneath as well, but I think he rushed that a little bit. And we have fourth down here. Just not a great target option there with the receiver. And this is why we want to have key players that can catch the ball in key positions. So QBLions will probably make that adjustment next time he plays as the Eagles. I frequently don't see the Eagles called too often in matchups because in the right hands, it can be a very difficult task to deal with QB Eagles defensively. So this time running at Allen. And Purplehaze is starting to run away with this one here. David Meggett to the top. You really have about 3 defenders you should typically use on the Eagles, and I'd like to see him potentially use Reggie White in some of these situations. Just with his speed and hitting power, should be able to get himself into some good situations. All the run plays go down, but you can still engage with a blocker as the blockers go down below you. We'll see if he makes that adjustment or just try something different. But right now the running game is all over QBLions. Second down and 5 here for QBLions controlling QBEagles. Tell me that's not confusing. And really, Purplehaze is just doing a great job. He's keeping everything in front of him. Does not have to call run here. Might see a run 3 here. This time we see he calls his own number for the first time. Nice run. And I tell you, if he could get into a grappling situation where he could just get that one more tap, he's had it a couple different times where he's won taps, but then the drones were there, and when he needed it, QBLions was not able to break away. And we see here Jackson with another great diving catch, and this is the kind of the game that you'd expect to see here moving forward. You have to get quick scores to skill players. Players in good condition. Blockers are not in a real great spot. We'll see if looks like Eagles might be in bad condition there, and so that's going to be a bit of a concern with the ball control. You don't want to get tackled in bounds because now as a quarterback you're down to 38 ball control from 44 by default. First down for Byers. Time is ticking. He needs a touchdown. He needs the ball back. Most likely we'll be trying an onside kick if he does get in the end zone here. Carl Banks is the running back. Could not get the linebacker forward lurch going. And he's into the end zone. So good use of the run game. That's one thing I will give QBLions so far in this matchup is that despite how poor it is, I know he's had some help with the conditions, but he's been able to move the ball just enough on the ground where he needs those yards, so he's able to get it. So a little late in the game here, he does decide to kick off. I just wonder with the state of the running game and not being able to stop that so far, if he's making the right decision here. I know that it looks like we have now Megat is in excellent condition. This is going to be a real problem. You got to think that calling run is going to have to be the option and playing some solid defense on the back end and hoping maybe Sims makes a bad throw. But we'll see how Hayes plays this if he goes pass or run. And the run 3 is kind of a typical takeaway in that situation. You know that that's the play that's been killing you. And now he's in shotgun on second down. Looks like a pass might have been called here. Throwing it up to Ingram. And it's picked off. So this is what... Ooh, out of bounds right after. So Hopkins did intercept the ball, but immediately fumbled it. So QBLions has a chance here. Not terribly different than an actual onside kick positionally here. It's basically right in that same area of the field. Minute 50, you got to get it in the end zone. See how he goes about it here. QB Eagles has, I think, at this point, somewhere around either 56 or 50 ball control. I think I'd have to look at this overall stats. But should feel pretty good about throwing that ball up. But you got to get people in the right positions. You need Byers running down the field. It could have been a potential nice gain there. Unfortunately, the wide receivers dropped the ball. So this is going to be the ball game here, 4th and 3 for QB Eagles. And he gets tackled, doesn't even let go of the ball. QBLions has to be frustrated there. That play has not done a whole lot for him despite just the diving catches that Keith has, but they were covered. And he's the kind of guy that can make those plays, but now we're likely to see run plays run out the clock. Run 2 incoming. Allen's coming down. And look how fast Megat is. And there's a chop block, and Megat zigs, he zags, and he's in the house. Pay dirt, touchdown, David Megat, and that's your dagger, folks. $28-7. Quick change of events there for QBLions. He had an opportunity to potentially, get that long ball going. The defensive backs did a good job covering. and QB Eagles was not able to get into advantageous tapping situations to use that advantage that when he had it. And this time, it looks like the advantage is really swung. So I think Purplehaze has been a little more conservative with his tapping during grapples where he knew he had help. So we have a safety now. The point differential has gone up another 2 points at the end of that one. So, congratulations to Purplehaze. Played a really good game defensively, and then really had minimal resistance in the running game. Was able to fully dominate on the ground today. 140 yards from Dave Meggett. Overall, 162 yards on the ground, only 65 through the air. Sims had a pick that doesn't show up on the stat sheet. For those of you that don't know, if someone fumbles, the play that happened doesn't show up on the stat sheet, whether it's a run or a completion or interception. If that ball is fumbled, it does not show up. So there's an interception that won't show up there, but Eagles at 25% completion. Alignment of those receivers will certainly help that moving forward. And this is a matchup that you have to be extremely proficient at QBLions to make it work, because if you're not, the rest of the team is not good enough to deal with the overall balance on both sides of the ball for the New York Giants. So I'd like to thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, please hit that thumbs up. If you didn't like it, please hit thumbs down. If you haven't subscribed to our channel and want to see more of our online tournament coverage, please hit that subscribe button and let us know what you thought about the game in the comments. We'd like to thank you for watching another edition of GBLAN Online Tecmo. We'll see you next time.